So what do you think Irish cinema means?
I think it can very much mean Irish history. We have a tendency to make movies about our history, the ones that people have seen a lot. We have very esoteric history. I mean, it's been quite a bloody and long history, and there's so many amazing stories that you can kind of take out of it. We're very big on our history, and it's because we've had such an oral tradition for so long. It was the only way that we were able to record our history, because for a long time the Brits didn't let us kind of write it down, and if we were caught speaking it to another person, you'd kind of get in trouble for it. So I think there was a propensity to kind of rely on that when we started making our own films, to kind of go, well, we have to document this now in one way that isn't just us speaking to each other. So, but as I said, I think we're slowly starting to come out of that now a little bit. I mean, we're in a kind of new age of Irish cinema where there's a lot of horror coming up, and but I think up until now, certainly the movies that I've been exposed to have been very much resting on our historical background and our mythological background as well. I keep talking about Michael Collins. It's one of my favourite films, but it's not historically accurate in the slightest. It's very much a kind of romanticised version of what actually happened. The more recent movies that represent Ireland, like The Wind That Shakes the Barley, that's very difficult to watch, but again, it was very accurately reflective of what had happened at the time. So moving away from that romanticism. So yeah, I think it might be representing Irish history and Irishness, as it were, in a more kind of true form. Yeah, I think it's kind of less of the diddly eye and more of this is actually what happened.
Mm-hmm. So what are your experiences with Irish cinema, and how do you interact with it?
I tend to get very patriotic when I watch it. Sometimes I get very upset. Like the Tom Cruise movie Far and Away, just like, dude, that accent, are you joking me? Like really bad. Yeah. So sometimes I can, I'm fiercely loyal about Irishness, as it were. So, and then even though stuff like Michael Collins isn't historically accurate, like by the end of the film, I'm out of my chair and I'm roaring at the telly. So, so I tend to watch these films in my own home rather than going to the cinema for fear of being thrown out. Yeah.
What are some of your favourites, and why?
Derry Girls, even though I know it's made by Channel 4. And again, God, it's that British interpretation of Irishness, but it's Northern Ireland, so it's both, Because I'm such a romantic, I love Michael Collins, I love Liam Neeson in that film. I love watching it. Even Julia Roberts' bad accent can't ruin that film for me. Now, Alan Rickman, he's one of the greatest actors of all time, but sweet divine God, his accent, absolutely appalling. That's something I've brought up a few times, actually, the representation of the Irish accent on screen.
That's something that we've talked about a lot.
The best Irish accent I've ever heard was Brad Pitt in Snatch, when he plays the traveller, the boxing traveller. That accent, he nailed it. He absolutely nailed it.
What is it about accents that's so important in
I suppose it breaks the third wall in a way. You can tell that you're not really known, and the Irish accent is something that people really love about the Irish people. You get it all the time. It's the most favourite accent in the world, and I suppose because it's such an integral part of Irish culture, I'd like to see it represented properly on the screen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I think that's all I have for you.
Thank you very much.
You are free to go.
Great. Oh, thank you. God, I feel like some kind of
Thank you so much.